Hello everybody, welcome back to Space Engineers, where today I am hoping we can go on ahead and get something like a truck moving, because well, first of all, having a truck would be extremely nice, being able to carry large amounts of stuff around. But second of all, let's go on ahead, landing gear, let's get that going first. But second of all, I'm going to load it up with a mineral finder. One of those ones. Oh, I don't have any stuff on me. Let me come on up here and grab some bits. So that's actually probably something that I'm desperately going to be needing for all this. Alright. So we'll start off with this. I need a component. Now for this truck, I want it to be big enough to carry large amounts of stuff around, as well as be hefty enough that it's not just gonna get destroyed immediately like Scout was. This will also give our flight guy a little bit of a break. So let's get... we need a motor. That's what we needed. Alright. So, let's go ahead, get all this going. So, I also need to be careful, because I can't just go back over there and heal right now. Which means for now, I'm kind of vulnerable to the dogs, if they ever come by. Actually, I could just make a ladder block here instead of having this. Oh. Whoops. Alright. Let's put away these. I'll pick up that, and then I'll make a ladder real quick. There we go. Ladder. Let's make a ladder shaft just to make sure it's extra safe. Alright. That ought to be good. Oh, this needs interior plating. Why does it need so much interior plates? Oh my god. Okay. We don't have enough interior plates. How about just a ladder? Yeah, that needs a lot less. Alright. So, let's get that. I still need the interior plates. Alright. Right there. I think that should be... we need construction comps and small steel tubes. Small steel tubes, construction comps. Kaboom! And this should give us a safe way up to the base without letting the dogs have a safe way up. Question is, when are the dogs going to show up next? 'Cause I really have no clue. But I'm going to need some steel plates so I can start making the hull of the truck. At least we've got an infinite supply of hydrogen, so if I need to go on ahead and make a quick escape, I can. So, we need light armor blocks to start off with, to at least make a little bit of a base here. Now, I'm not going to try to give this thing flight like I did Scout. Scout did good for what it was supposed to do, but we won't be retrying that experiment again. Alright. That should make for at least a good starting platform. Okay. Now I'm also hoping for some meteors to show up with some silver in them, hopefully soon. And hopefully they don't hit the base. But, hopefully for some silver, because I still need to make a med bay so I can respawn here. Alright. Now, as for the truck design, I need to figure out how big I want to make the truck. Alright. And that is it for the base there. So the leg is facing this way. So I'll probably put this to be the front of the truck. Should be nice and simple there. It's unfortunate just how long this takes. But I also need to figure out what kind of cockpit I want to use. because this is going to be a truck, it's not going to need to connect to anything, really. Let's see what kind of cockpits we got. I could always use Rover. Flush newsletter DLC. Okay. And cab looks nice. Looks good for a truck, as well as industrial. Industrial would be nice since we're not really looking up. We're looking down for any of the stuff. So I may take industrial. Okay. Oh, the sun's coming up. I didn't even realize it was nighttime. Alright, well. So industrial cockpit this way would make sense. But I am also going to try to make a little bit of a buffer between the floor and the cockpit. So I think that's about the size of the cockpit. Let's grab it out here. Yeah, that's about right. So putting that there mean that we at least have a way to start our ship once we're done here. And once this is good, we can start connecting it to the rest of the ship. Alright. Come on, there we go. Alright. So, need some construction comps, grids, motors, displays, blah 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 blah. So, let's store these for now. We need displays, construction comps. It's a good thing we have so much hydrogen being produced here. Metal grids, motors, computers. So, we need grids, motors, and computers. Alright. I think OBS is freaking out a little bit that I've got a game on full screen. It keeps telling me that my camera's on, which just happens whenever OBS turns on. So I need bulletproof glass and small steel tubes. I can do that. Is there something over there? But bulletproof glass and small steel tubes. I apparently cannot do that, actually. Huh. I have small steel tubes, and I think I hear wolves. I heard something moving. So we need last few computers. Let's go ahead and see if I've got enough oomph to get those produced right now. Come on. Alright, production. Let us put that in. I think we've got everything. So I'll just turn on the assembler. Alright. While that's happening, I'm gonna brave this and go and get a reload on my hydrogen tank. Thank you, kindly. Alright. Not seeing anything roaming, so I think we're good. Alright, so this is generating. It looks like it's done. Yeah, alright. Thank you for that, assembler. So now that we have this as our main cockpit, I will probably go ahead and I need some more steel blocks, or plates. Alright. Let's get some more of these out so I can start building a little bit more of the hull. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Come on. Thank you kindly. Take a check for wolves real quick. Alright. So, if I can go ahead and hook this up right here, to have this be the main connector point to the rest of the ship, I can cover up this one and have that be the main cockpit area. And then I think I can do something like this to fill out the rest of the top here. And then we can get to filling in the back of the truck. We're going to need a bunch of batteries, a bunch of storage as main priorities. Then I'll let it charge off of the base. Since, well, maybe I can make it solar powered. Maybe. Scout did very good at that, but it wouldn't last for too long. I don't know. Maybe I should have it where I can unload hydrogen from the base into the ship, and it'll be able to, generate power from there. But let's go ahead, put in some of those. So now, I could start on the wheels. I feel like I should maybe build it out one more to the side. I think that could work. It feels a little too slim right now. Let's pull it out by one more block in each side. Actually, I can go ahead and start trying to slim down this side. There we go. Thought I heard something. So let's start putting all that in. Looks about right. And then, if I put a couple more blocks on the back here, I can put some big wheels on it, so it'll for sure have enough oomph. The question is whether or not it'll have enough space here if I've got to try to figure out something else. How big are the wheels that I want to try to put on this thing? Also need to see whether or not I've got enough cobalt to actually make the mesh that's needed. I should probably go check that. If push comes to shove, I can use the current ship to go and get things. It's just going to be a lot more of a problem if I end up crashing. Alright. That is good. Alright. Now we get to fill in the back here. Well, actually, first let's go ahead and get the suspensions. Off-road wheels sound like they're going to be a good choice. Off-road right and left. So this is the right, so we need this one. Alright. So now the question is, that's not going to be high enough off the ground, is it? Is that going to be high enough off the ground? Oh, that's the wrong way around. That might actually be enough space here. Nope, that's gone. So it's the one that doesn't have the yellow side. Okay, so yes, that is enough space. And then if I do that, I think that'll work. Or if I need steering. I don't think I need steering on these front ones. Let's go ahead and get this side set up. So yellow side top, yep. And yep, alright, good. So let's get some steel plates loaded into these, so I can go and grab some more materials. Alright. Yeah, these ones just need the large steel tubes, these don't need the mesh. That is good. So construction comps and large steel tubes are what I need for that. Alright, construction comps should not be too much of a problem. Did I need them for these two? Yes. You need construction comps for everything. Alright. I need small steel tubes on those. And some motors. Alright. Some motors. Get those going into the suspensions. And we should have at least a semi-functional truck right now. We still need those small and large steel tubes. How much? We do have enough of those. And I'll pick up as many of those as I can. So that to there. Alright. I don't know if that's going to be enough for all the tires. I don't think it will. I think I only picked up like 15. But it's going to be enough for at least half of them, and then I'll go and pick up some more here real quick. Alright. Thought I heard something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just paranoid the dogs will come out of nowhere and just kill me. That would suck. But either way. That looks good. Question is, how much can this carry? Because that is the next question of how much storage do we want to put on the back here. So I can put a large cargo container, right? No. Large is not available at this size. But medium is. I will gladly use medium on this. I can try to put it square in between the two wheel sets, maybe? Need some interior plates, though. Alright. No, this isn't enough to finish even one of them, but we can at least set them down and get what we need. Just moving them a little bit further to the back. No, that's square in between the... Yeah, that is square in between. Alright. That actually works perfectly. So we'll put two of these storages on the back here. And... I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the build planner and start producing enough to make two of them. Need more iron. And nickel. I don't know how much we have. Oh, we've got a good amount here. Iron. So there, and nickel. Got about 10. Is that enough? That is. Alright. Well. Send them off. So that's enough to make those. I might be able to put some solar panels on it to keep it going a little longer. How many battery compacts do we have? We have 73. Okay. That's enough for a little bit of power, at the very least. But also I want to make an ore detector to be scanning as we go. So, ore detector. I can just slam it here in the back. Or I can set it here in the middle. I don't know if it needs to see to be able to scan. Oh, I need steel plates. Makes me think it probably does. So I'm going to put it... I don't know, I could probably put it like right over here. I think I can put it, right here and then have the antennae on the other side. Antenna right over here. Just have a nice. Well, actually, I should probably move the antennae in by one. All right. And those two can just kind of be searching whilst I'm doing all my stuff. There we go. Alright. Antennae, turn that off, and ore detector, turn that off. Alright. What was the... Okay. Making sure I didn't accidentally punch anything that I didn't need to punch. Alright. Looks like the assembler's done. Well, that doesn't sound good. I hear a storm a-brewing. Great. Okay, let's just try to get this done while I can. Oh, crap. How do I recharge my... I think I just get into one of these, right? Yeah, okay. I forgot that I can't just go and recharge at the base anymore. So I don't have enough silver to make a respawn pod. I might just need to wait here until the storm's over. Definitely means no flying until the storm's over, that's for sure. But let's get over here and at least finish this. I'd love to be able to hide out in a house right about now, but I don't think that's in the cards for us. Alright. Those components are added to the planner. Let's come over here, dump that, and that. And then ask the production machine kindly if it can make me the antennae and the ore detector. Do we have... We do have detector comps, so I don't need that. Alright. Yeah, it's raining now, that's for sure. Alright. Detector comps. Yeah, that is... I'm not gonna be kind in a minute. Alright. Antennae is up. So is the ore detector. Then I can probably hook these two into here so I can access them from the storage, from the front of the ship. So now, to just fill in what I can with batteries. How much do the small batteries use? I use 2 power cells, okay. And then I need to find a way to plug this into the house. I could maybe use a connector block. Don't know if I can. I could probably try to slide a solar panel in the back here. One of the colorable ones here. I mean, it's just big enough that I might be able to slide one in. Maybe. I don't have any steel plates on there right now. Let's come over here. Oh, there are wolves out there now. Hey. How? Come on. Thank you kindly. I need some more ammo. ASAP. Making a few mags of those is nice to have on me. Alright. So, let's get some steel plates going. Is there any more dogs out here that I need to worry about? Not even planning on risking going to loot that one. Because that is a risk indeed. So, if I build out to there, I might be able to go on ahead and slot in a solar. Maybe. Let's see. Let me slot in a solar like that. It was 7 for the solar. Oh, nope. Okay, looks like it fits perfectly. The question is, how far off the back does it extend? Pretty far, actually. Yeah, I don't think that one's gonna work all too well. Well, actually, it's only a solar panel. It sticking off the back doesn't hurt us too much. The question is, how exactly can I recharge this manually? Because I would love to be able to just charge it faster than just solar power. I feel like making a connector to the house is the deal. It's just I need to make a connector block to do so on both sides. And that could be a pain. I may try to make it on the back side of the truck here. So that way I can just kind of back up into the connector. How high off the ground is this thing when it's driving is another big question. Is there another wolf? I don't know. I don't see or hear another wolf, but normally there's a pack of wolves and not just one. Yeah, I feel like I may need to figure out just how high this thing sits. Or maybe I could just slap a connector here onto the side. I mean, there's small connector and then there's the normal connector block. I feel like this is what we're going to need to use. Stands out a whole block. Need a lot of steel plates. Holy. But let's just... I don't know if that's going to be low enough. Or high enough. I'll build it anyway for now. Put some batteries in the truck over there and try to drag it over here. Okay, so we've got all that. What else are we needing for this? Motors, steel tubes, construction comps, computers. Alright, motors, dump, small steel tubes, and construction comps. This should... And then I need computers, which I actually don't have any. No, I have plenty. I don't know what the hell I was thinking there. Alright. So now that that's there, I'm going to try to place one on the back of here. No wolves, right? Alright. Looks like we're golden. Actually, I just realized I don't have any of my steel plates here. So, what I'm going to try to do is make it smack in the middle here. And on the lowest level of the ship... Why? Hello? On the lowest level of the ship, so it doesn't try to, like, compress the ship down, breaking the suspension. Okay, why am I, like, glitching there? Either way, let's get this built. I don't like doing this with the storm overhead. but I don't really have a place that I can take shelter in right now. Alright, so we know that that fits at least. Alright, so there's that. And I'll try to put some batteries on the inside here for now. And then I'll bring back the stuff for all of these. I need to take a quick break over here so I can get some energy back. Alright. No, that's good. Any more wolves anywhere? No? Good. Alright. I'm going to turn off the assembler just to make sure that it's not chewing up too much of my power. So construction comp there. I think I can also go ahead and finish welding these. Awesome. Awesome. Alright. I also am running pretty low on hydrogen, so that is going to be a nuisance. I'm going to need to head back over to get that refueled again. Yeah. Alright, I need 2 of these, right? I think that should be enough for the 2 of them. Yeah. Alright. Give me some hydrogen, thank you kindly. Alright. Fill up those 2. And then we need computers here. And computers here. As well as motors and small steel tubes. So, nope, those go up in the other cargo container because they are large. Alright, small steel tubes. We need motors. And then we need computers for the rest of everything. And then I can try to go on ahead and back it up over here to see just how off the ground it actually is. Okay, it looks like... I was about to say it looks like the weather's clearing, but apparently the game wanted to tell me no. No, it's not. Alright. So we have power at least. Now I need to get down there. I just don't feel safe doing this with just seeing a dog. Alright. On there. Alright, nope. Rebuild that. Get off the ground. Alright. So, whoa, jeez. I need to be able to see. Okay, maybe putting a camera back there would be helpful, huh? How much for a camera? Let's see, camera. Ooh, top-mounted camera. That could be nice. We're gonna use the back-mounted ones, though. Alright. Oh, jeez. Major lag spike there. It was just like, oh. And computers. I feel like it might just be barely tall enough. But I should be fine. Without, crushing every ounce of suspension that is in those little suspension wheels down there. Alright. So let's see. This is the parking cam. Let's view it. Ah, no. What the? Why did you knock me out of it? Come on. Alright. Let's see. Come on. That should be it. Let me, switch lock. I think I need to come in a little straighter. The problem is doing this on ice. probably should have thought about that. Alright. There we go. Let's back up a bit. Not too fast. That's gotta be it, right? Surely. No. Okay. So need a small connector then? No, that's small ones. I need some way to raise this up by like half a block or something. Or I could move this up. That could also work. Move this up a full block and then move this one towards like on top of the ship. Or maybe I can just try to put it into the bottom of the ship and try to make like a parking garage for it. This is going to be a problem because this is going to run out of battery any time now. Ow. Alright, can I just enter from here? No, I cannot. Alright, let's come over here and just park for a minute. So it says that the power is going to last about 3 hours. If I take that part and move this up by about... Because where was the full block? I think here's where the full block ended. Which means that I need to put it like there, maybe? This is going to look really silly. Alright, let's put that there. Would that be high enough? I need like a ruler. So, let's see, there's one block. And then, I'm assuming that, come on, that, and then that may work? I feel like that might. Okay, so, if push comes to shove, this may actually work. If it doesn't, then I'm going to need to try to shove this into the bottom of the truck and make it so that way I can like park on top of it. Make like a little parking garage for it. And I'm missing some steel plates. Lovely. Alright. So, let's see if this one will work instead. No, I'll just go and empty my inventory and move this up a block. I can make a zone over here for it. Just barely off the ground. Alright. You know what? I can make this like a ramp so I can get up onto it and then onto the truck. That could work. Make it at least a little bit more useful. And then do like here. And then there. Then I can put the connector block on the end of here to make it somewhat connected, hopefully. So we'll drop all of that off in there. Oh, here, dog. I hope there's no dogs out here. I'm just trying to get some work done. Come on. Alright, let's grind up this. And deposit the bits over here. Then, let's see if this all connects up. Oh, that's right, I didn't re-put down the camera. Alright. Camera right there. computers. But I mean, if this works, then I can at least park up the car, and we can get it charging. And it'll make it so I don't gotta use as much hydrogen trying to get over here to actually get it all set up. So, let's add this to the view. Alright. So, I need to go... Oh, I'm still in park. That's why it's not letting me go. Whoa, okay. Why does it push you out of the camera like that? Okay, I need to go forward a bit. Kind of straighten out. I also need to set this one as the switch lock. Alright. Nope, I need to get straightened out a little bit more. Okay. So now, will this work? Come on. Come on, damn it. Are you kidding me? Oh wait, okay, this one's just a little bit higher, so if I can grind this one away, it's about there. So, I didn't hit that one, right? Nope, that was still good. So, if we move this forward just the teeniest of tiny bits. Alright. Now, I can use this as a good framework for where it should be. Which tells me it's about here. Or here? There sounds good. So now, we get to see if this actually works still. Come on. I'll move it down by 1 block. So that looks about as high as it should be. Maybe? Let's see. That looks dead on, actually. If this works, I'm going to be extremely happy, and we shall use this. So, let's switch lock there. Come on. Ready? Locked, baby! We have a functioning connector. Hell yeah. Alright. So now I need to get this all fixed up, so it's a little bit more useful of an entrance here. Alright. So now we go ahead, light armor block, boom, boom, boom. So now we can charge the ship here, and then start driving around getting some materials as we need. Oh, whoops. Light armor block, start filling this in. Alright. So now that we have this, it's a wonderful parking spot. I think once I'm done adding in a few more bits of battery to it, we can go on ahead and take this thing for a test spin after I get it to charge up the batteries a bit more. Come on, there we go. But yeah, this is going to be real nice. Then I can just smoothly walk over here to the base and grab whatever the heck I need. Which in this case is more steel plates. But actually I'm also in need of some more battery power cells. So I can put more batteries in and basically fill up this whole space with batteries. I want to make a nice layer of battery. Alright. Now this should make, at least for a decent battery life, for whilst we're driving around. Especially if I set them all to charge for now. Oh, another unknown signal. Alright. Now we need construction comps. Ran out of power cells. That's fine. Oh, it's raining. Alright. Construction comps. Need to remember that there actually is a way. Huh? Survivor level 1? What the hell? What the hell? Shift B to see buffs? What? Okay. I don't know how exactly I'm getting these. So, I'm going to say thank you, game, and gracefully accept them. Okay. Need more power cells and computers. Let us land over here. So, power cells. Let's grab the computers first. Yeah, we still got space, so power cells. And if I set all of these into recharge mode as well, these should be able to fill up pretty quickly. And let us be able to drive off into the sunset with our new truck. Maybe I'll set this up on an actual slope so we can actually have like a garage to park this thing later on. Actually, I still need to make it so it's all connected to the whatchamacallit. I need one more power cell. Alright. Let me just... Can I just grab one? Or is there... Oh. Oh! That's what it did. Whoops. Alright, let me just grab these. Alright. All the battery power is done. Let's set this back in here. And I think I can safely set them to recharge now. Whilst I go ahead and build up the rest of the base here. So if I go ahead and enter here. Alright. Oh, I can't just grab what... Okay, it's because it's connected. So if I unconnect, I can set all of my batteries. Main power. I'm going to set main power there. I'm also going to set the detection. Alright. And for the ore detector, I'm going to put its range to maximum. And we should be good there. So now I can reconnect. And for G, I'm going to go ahead and put that for view. Did I put back the camera? Yes, I did. I think. Actually, I did not. Where the hell is it seeing that camera? Oh, it's that camera over there. Friggin' heck. Okay. So I'm going to remove this, actually. Remove that from toolbar, so... Let's go... main power. This is the one for the truck, right? Okay, I'm just gonna disconnect so I don't accidentally do anything that I don't want to do. Alright. Main power. Turn recharge on and off. And detection toggle blocks on and off. So, go ahead and lock that for parking. Set these to recharge. And yeah. Start heading back over here to the ship. And then I just need a bunch of steel plates to go in and actually make the hull, I guess. Oh, and the camera. I need computers to make the parking cam. Can I do that right now? I can. Hell yeah. Alright. So, for this, I'm thinking I might want to start sloping the back down to make it connect up with this here, which I think is only one block off, which honestly is fine. Alright. And then the inside here I can go on ahead and put some pipature to get all that connected up. Just trying to get the nice exterior set up. Alright. So I should be able to fly into here still. At least until I cover up the top here. Actually, I might be able to streamline this. Nah. I'll leave that there for now, and then I'll go ahead and make a little dip there. And then I'm going to need pipe. Or was it tube? Yeah, tube. Alright. Let's do small conveyor tubes. Are those... No, wait, no, it's conveyor. That's what it was. Alright. So, conveyor, medium conveyor, frame, conveyor sorter, cap, junction. Okay, I need small conveyor. There. Alright. So small conveyors. We'll put the tube. I need interior plates, damn it. Need interior plates, motors, and construction. Okay. Alright, well. This ought to make it so I can store things from within the cockpit. Okay, so we'll put that there, a curve there, and there, and then curve there, and there, and curve here, there, and then a straight line there. Alright. That should be everything we need. That should be enough of everything to make all of this too. Because right now it's just the construction comps that are needed. And if this works, I can go on ahead and take it for a spin maybe next episode. 'Cause this episode is just going to be building it, getting it functioning. Alright, so now construction comps to make it so I can store things. Alright, get all that finished up, get that one done. There we go. That's connected. And then this one is also connected. There we go. Alright. Which means now we should be able to access the storage from in here. So, we've got... Let's see. We do have medium cargo right there. Boom. Both those can store 3,300 liters of Carapazoid. And then we go ahead and get this thing covered up and let those batteries recharge the rest of the way. Alright, I will need some more steel plates though. Let's just... Is my assembler on? Now it's not. Oh, now it is, okay. So if I just make a buttload. Do I really not have enough iron for this? Okay, I really don't have enough iron for this. Well, that is a predicament. Okay. I don't have enough iron. So right now, I guess it's just going to be an open-top ship. Make sure there's no wolves coming for me. Alright. So I guess this is just going to be open-top for now. But we can use this to go and get some more iron once all the batteries are charged. And hopefully soon, we can make a ship that'll be able to travel to space. Hopefully. Because that is our next frontier. I want to make it to an asteroid so we can start mining up some silver. Or get at least enough silver to make a respawn point here before I start doing that. Because I feel like if I die in re-entry, respawning all the way back at the other base is going to be annoying. Alright. Let's go ahead, finish up with these. And then I think we've got ourselves a functioning truck. And then I guess, really the only thing to do with it now is to go on ahead and use it. Now, I am concerned about trying to park it. Because, you know, the whole ice field thing. Down here real quick. But I see that there's a block there. There you go. But the whole ice field thing might make it a bit difficult to park again. But I'm going to make a garage for it eventually. Because making a garage for it will mean that we can go ahead and store this thing safe and sound. So let's go ahead and see how the power on the batteries are looking. Will be fully recharged in about a few seconds, actually. Huh. Alright, alright. That is extremely nice. I think I just heard something. Was there a wolf, perchance, that wanted to kill me? I don't know, and I don't think so. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to turn off the assembler for now. Dump off these materials, and I think I'm going to call it here for this episode. So, hope you all have enjoyed this episode of Space Engineer, and yeah, hope to see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody!